It's been a while. It's been a while since I've made a video posted on this channel. This channel, for me, it's really just my way of encapsulating this human time, this life that I live, my existence. So I'm just gonna sit in front of the camera and talk about whatever, and I'm not really going to put too much effort or pressure to do anything or get anything right. I've come to the realization that there's really no way of getting around just being consistent, and I think I have been hyper-focused on making sure that how I go about things is sustainable for me, that it sort of sometimes keeps me from doing anything. I have a lot that I want to do. I have a lot that I want to create and bring forth to the world. The thought of strictly routine days, in the past at least, would already exhaust me. Even the thought of it was a little depressing. But now I'm at a place where, as much as I'm trying to, or wanting to, practicing, staying in the present moment, I want to use my time wisely. I want to use my now moments to accumulate something, build something, create something, and get the ball rolling, build momentum, build that trust in myself, and cross the threshold finally. I feel like I've been just standing at the edge for so long, and I understand that it's not always so much as, oh, you just gotta walk through the door, the door's open, you just gotta walk through the door. At times it can feel like you're standing at the edge of the cliff and you have to jump with the knowing that you're gonna be caught and or that you're gonna fly, but you have to make the jump. There's no other way out of it, And putting it in those terms, for me, makes it a lot more understandable why there is such resistance to me doing the things that I want to do. And even as I'm saying this now, I'm on day 2 of we're just gonna do it. We're gonna stick to the routine, and I feel good, so far. And honestly, I know that despite how long it takes, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. There is no inkling in me that feels that, No matter how rough it gets, I'm still going to move forward, no matter how many times I've started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped. I'm gonna keep starting as long as it takes me, to finally get to the whatever, or just keep going, bring the ideas to life, essentially. It's not so much as like getting somewhere, as it is just bringing these ideas that have been ideas for so long and making them real, making it real. And I mean, really, I don't think I've ever seen something through to completion like this. I'm very good at the sprinting, the sprint rounds where you give it all you got for like this short amount of time, getting a lot done in one day. But this is the long distance jog where you gotta pace yourself. And I know it's only day 2, but I feel pretty confident that just about where I'm going, and how I'm doing so far. I feel like I've sort of got it in my head now that it is just an everyday thing, and every day is not going to feel great. And sometimes, and I don't know, listen to your body, listen to yourself, etc., etc. But I think it's a good skill to have, to be able to push through or overcome the resistance, do it anyway kind of thing. I have been very resistant in the past to pushing through discomfort. I feel like a lot of my inner feelings and stuff were always invalidated by the external world. So when those things inside of me would start screaming to stop, I would listen, validate myself, I guess. I just feel like there's so many ideas like piled up, so many songs that I just want to release them. It's getting to the point where I don't need it to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I just want it out so that I can free up space to do other things, to create other things. All this backlogged, songs I've had for forever. There's so much inside me that wants to be expressed, that wants to be given life, and honestly, I just want it out of me. I want it out of my head. I want it in the world. Even if it is just like a sketch. If that's the best I can do right now, then that's just what it is, And that's also part of making your ideas real, making manifest the things that are in the imagination. Like, sometimes there is a gap between what you think you can create, or again, just what you are capable of creating right now and what you want to create, and that's okay. I feel I often let my lack of knowledge, my lack of know-how of how to really bring what I hear inside of my head out in the DAW, the music making software. I don't know why or how to make it sound like how I want it to sound. I've had ideas for videos where it seemed so clear, and then I sit down to record the video, and then all of the blind spots sort of start coming up to the surface. And had I not sat down to try and make that video, those blind spots would have never been revealed. So every stage is purposeful. I've told myself that I don't want or need to be the best, the best of the best. I just want to make stuff that's congruent with me. And truthfully, I'm not motivated by being the best of the best. Of course, it would be great to be advanced in the things that I want to create, more than proficient, well knowledgeable, and have it be at a place where it's natural, of course. But I'm not looking for any external measurement of how apparently good I am. I don't need any award or whatever to, I guess, signal to me that I've finally made it. That's just never been my goal, my focus, my motivating factor. All in all, I feel like I'm in a pretty good place right now. I'm implementing new habits even before these, 2 days. I've been releasing things that I don't need anymore. I've been making room for the new life, the new perspective, the new habits. I feel good, you know? I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do the consistency thing and not try to work my way around it somehow. Yes, like rest and all that is very important to me, but devotion and doing the fucking thing finally is also very important to me. And I don't want to give myself any excuses anymore. There's no, and it's not like I've been giving myself extensive excuses. I think the thought of it, the thought of everything, the resistance was just so strong. I don't need to push myself to my breaking point, but I can show up every day, as daunting as it sounds, you know? And I have trust in myself that I'll know when enough is enough. I don't need to neglect my health or anything in pursuit of whatever. It's just, there's so much balancing. So much balancing to everything. And I mean, I've removed pretty much anything, and it's more so anyone who I guess would encroach on what I'm trying to do right now. And it's not even encroach, if that is the right word. This is just my focus right now. And I feel good about it. I feel good about my routine. It's not like it's changed much. It's just the consistency part of it, you know? Just staying consistent. Checking the boxes. I'm very motivated by checking boxes. And it will also be a practice for me to not just do things to check the boxes, but be present during the processes. And knowing that even on days where it feels like I'm going nowhere, as long as I show up, I'm being of service. I'm making progress, doing what I came here to do. I thought that sitting in front of the camera and just letting myself talk would sort of help me clear out more space, essentially. But being in front of a camera adds another whole element where I'm wondering what I look like, and that's affecting the transparent flow. And again, a lot of these thoughts that I wanted to talk about, when they're just going through my head before I turn on the camera, they're so much more fluid, and it sounds like the purest, truest part of me. And then I turn on the camera, and I'm looking at how I look, and wondering how I should articulate it, and it's just another point of resistance again. So maybe I should just not care about what I look like, stop caring about looking pretty, because that's not what this is for. Though I would love to look pretty at all times, at every angle, that's not what I intended this to be, and it seems to be distracting me from the goal of what this is intended to be, which is just me sitting and talking, getting it out, word vomiting, like spilling it all on a page, you know, pen and paper, but verbally, because sometimes my brain works faster than I can write, and if I can just get it out verbally, it's like at the same pace as it's happening internally, and that helps. So yeah, started this new petition. It's been about 2 months now, which means it's probably been about 2 months since I've posted anything on any of my channels. I am beginning to get the ball rolling again. I don't know how it's gonna look, but it's day 2, and I'm just going to take it a day at a time. I'm not gonna worry about too much beyond that, really. I understand that the actions I take now will have an effect on where I am in the future, but I'm not going to act in a sense where I'm trying to get somewhere rather than just being here now and showing up now, taking the next step now. This is the only time we can take action. You can't project your action to the future. You can, but again, it's just a later now. Everything happens now. I have a lot of trust though. There's such a anchor of quiet security and trust this time around though. And it's not the sort of fiery excitement, passionate, sort of energy that accompanied me in the past. It's a lot more balanced, a lot more grounded. I understand what is expected of me, I feel. I understand what is being asked of me, what's needed of me, and I'm willing to show up in whatever way I can, however long it takes. And day by day, I'll get feedback from myself, from the process, and I can tweak it, work it, iterate it as needed. Yeah, I think it helps if I just focus on now instead of all the days. When you put the big goal of being consistent for a month, a year, it makes it so much bigger. The next action seems clouded and overwhelming, but I'm just gonna take it a day at a time because that's the only way you can do it, That's the only way I can do it. This is for me, though I, of course, have this desire to be seen, and yeah, I want people to want to see me. I want people to want to know what I'm thinking, every passing thought. Nobody even has the chance to want to get to know more about me if I never show myself. I just want this to be about me for a bit. I just want it to be for me. I don't want to have to think from the perspective of the hypothetical person who is watching me and what they may be thinking, because there's an infinite number of mental pathways or whatever that whoever's watching could be thinking about me, how I look, how I sound, the lighting, whatever. I don't want to worry about that right now. This is just for me. I want to be encapsulated. I want this life of mine, this human character of mine right now to be encapsulated, and I think it would be cool for me to have these things to look back on in the whatever future, when it's not a dream anymore, when it's not a wish for me to be doing the things that I'm doing. Sometimes it's difficult to remember what it took to cross the threshold. Sometimes it's easy to forget where we came from. I think this is a good way that I can track my progress, but also let these versions of me come and go, because I know that they're captured. I don't have to keep it in my memory or try to remind myself. That's one of the biggest things I appreciate about the technological advancements of this modern time, is that we can capture moments. We can capture the truth of moments if we let it be seen, of course. We can have a lot of illusions. We can put a lot of illusions out there and capture a lot of smoke and mirrors, but we can also capture the pure truth, the real words, the specific words somebody used, the candid reactions, just the realness. and have it live forever. And I think it's almost, it's reassuring to me that this version of me, this part of me that is very important, is preserved in some form or fashion. So I can let it go, and I can let it flow and change, and I can let myself grow, knowing that that part of me will not be forgotten. There's so many beautiful days, so many beautiful lessons that I've learned up to this point, that I learn still every single day, and I really do wish that I could encapsulate it all. And maybe in some way I can. Maybe not all of it. Maybe some things will slip through the cracks. Maybe some things are meant to slip through the cracks. But the big things, maybe not all the big things, but just the gems of the everyday, the mundane, and the little tiny steps that feel like you're standing still. I'm just in awe of how capable we all are to change and transform. You know, you can't become a butterfly without being a caterpillar. You can't rush that. You can't be the butterfly without going inside of the cocoon and being fucking caterpillar soup. Like, it's all necessary and it's all beautiful, and there's no reason to rush. Yes, there's no reason to rush. But you also don't want to stay a caterpillar for the rest of your life. I don't want to stay in my cocoon for the rest of my life. I want to see and experience all the different layers of what I can be and what I came here to be. I know I'm here for something. And I don't even think I really know the capacity, the immensity of what that even is. And I think that is purposeful. I don't think I'm supposed to know everything. And again, it's like the blind spots thing. It's like, you know as much as you need to know to get you to take the first step. And once you take the first step, you'll start to see those blind spots. You'll start to see the things where, oh, you didn't know that. And I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. It can be so beautiful, even when it's difficult, even when it's challenging. And I know I am both strong and resilient. So this, bringing my ideas to life, the challenges that come with that, the resistance, the whatever that comes with that, I know I can handle it. I know I can handle it. Like, I have no doubt that it's not something that I can handle. I've gone through life and transformed and came out on the other side. This will only take me to good things. This will only take me to better things. So again, you know, logically, it's like, why would you even resist that in the first place? And I think part of it is, again, those old parts, all the versions of me that it took to be the person I am now, you know, they don't want to be forgotten. And I still find so much beauty in everything that it took for me to get here. The person that I was, that version of me, I don't want to forget what it took for me to get here, even when it is normal. The person I am now, 5 years ago, was still just an image. But this is my normal now. I can only imagine where I'll be. And I'm happy for it to be a surprise. I don't need to know exactly where I'll be, exactly where I'm going. I want to be right here. And I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss who I am now. I want to sink fully into my body, fully into this moment, and really live the capacity of now. I don't want to rush to get anywhere. I'm not in a rush to get anywhere. I'm not in a rush to become something. I think so much of living your life to the fullest is taking in exactly where you are. It's not always about getting somewhere in the future over there, you know? It's about taking in and really soaking in, being in, breathing in, feeling what it is to be you right now, where you are right now. Not that you can't have a vision for the future and where you want to go, where you see yourself, but it's only now. You know, the future is only a later now moment. You know, it's still there is only now. There is only now. And I want to be a full human being. There's so many people who rush and race their life, you know, to get somewhere, and then they get there apparently, and it's like, where did all that time go? What did I do? Look at all I missed out on. Look at all the minute moments, the beautiful moments, the precious moments I missed out on because I was dreaming of this, and now I'm here, and now what? You know, it's just, now it's the next thing, and you're never really here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna stay stagnant. I'm not gonna be the same person the rest of my life. I'm not gonna waste my life, but I'm not gonna race either. I wanna be here. I'm gonna check those boxes. They're gonna happen. Things are gonna be brought to reality. Things are being made manifest. But I'm gonna remember these times. I'm gonna remember the small moments, the small victories. I'm just gonna be here, man. I'm gonna be here, feel all the feelings that accompany the rising and falling waves. I'm just gonna ride the wave. I'm not gonna resist it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I feel good. I feel good about where I am. I feel good about where I'm going. I feel at peace within myself right now. So yeah, today is May 21st, 2026. I don't know what it will take. Again, I have trust that everything's working out, you know, and I know as long as I keep taking the steps towards what I know I'm here to do, I'm going to be assisted. I'm going to be provided for. I don't really have to worry about how things are going to pan out or what I'm going to do. A way will be made. Life has shown me that. Spirit has shown me that. So I'm not going to worry about it right now, you know. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't already planning for, you know, next year. But again, there are factors that I won't know of until the moment comes, and that's just how it's gonna be. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the adventure. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's gonna be like, but I'm also right here, right now. So I guess that concludes my little check-in today. I can sit in front of this camera and talk for forever, but I'm not gonna do that because I have another checkbox that I need to get to. So I'm gonna leave this here. Future Amy. I don't know when you'll be looking back on this. I don't even know what I want to say to you, because I know that I know that you're happy wherever you are. I know that you're happy and you're glad, you're thankful for the steps that I'm taking right now, that we're taking right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I know you're good. I know you're good. You're more than good, but you're good in the purest of senses on all levels, every level. It's peace, you know? There's a lot of peace, security. You're just good, man. You're good. Sometimes you're great, but your baseline is good. It's peaceful, it's joyous, it's content, it's fulfilled, it's happy. You're good. I just know everything's gonna be fine. Everything's more than fine. These are just the necessary steps, you know? This is what we come here on Earth to do. And I'm not going to get in the way of bringing this to life anymore. I've been slowly chipping away at this resistance, and I think we're good. Again, it's only day 2. We'll see, you know, but I'm pretty confident. All right. I don't know how to end these things. I guess I'll say I love you, and I know that everything is going to work out great. Everything's gonna work out perfectly, even when you can't imagine it, even when you can't see it, even if you don't know how. Everything is working out better than you can imagine. Trust in the magic. Trust in the magic. That's all you gotta do. And know that you're not alone. You've never been doing it alone. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. All right. See you next time.